Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. My name's Oliver. So for today's video, we have an episode recap of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 6. So let's get into it because this is right after Whitney's lunch that she had. That was insane. So after this, it's I imagine it's the day after or a couple days after, but it's Angie and Heather. They're on FaceTime. Angie says that she messaged Mary to see if she could come stop by. Angie also said that she's fine where things are with she and Lisa because she knows where they stand, but she actually cares for where things are between her and Mary. Heather says that she needs Lisa to change, and then also Heather talks about the trip with Captain Jason in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on a super yacht. So that'll be super fun to see. I think that's gonna be the next episode. Okay, moving on. So it's Brolin and Todd. They are in an ice cream shop, and Todd just does not want to be there. He really doesn't. It just doesn't seem like he wants to be filmed. Like, he doesn't want to be there at all, which I could understand. If I was married and I specifically did not sign up for the show, and then the castmates of the show are spreading lies about me, I wouldn't want to be on there. So I kind of understand that. But he's being really insensitive towards Bronwyn. It's very weird because Bronwyn's talking about how things are going with the girls and Todd just really don't care. Like, not at all. Like, kind of being disrespectful a bit. But yes, moving on. Lisa and John are talking. They are talking about the sidekick and how she basically has to manage everything around the house and she's just overwhelmed, and pretty much there's no catalyst to how it started. That's just how things have been going on the entire time of their marriage. And she's trying not to cry, but she says that sometimes she has to go out to her car and just sit and cry to her dad because she's just very overwhelmed. So it was pretty interesting to see. Okay, moving on. So Mary comes over to Angie's house, and Angie apologizes immediately, and she says it's hard for her to let someone bully her and not respond. And Mary's like, okay, but you get so angry that you can't even focus. And if I can't even calm you down, then what am I even there for? And then Mary says, you know, Angie's been different lately. And Mary says that she's mean, like when she made fun of her fart. And then there's a flashback to a week prior when Mary said that she doesn't know why she keeps farting. But then Mary said that it was the dog that farted. And then Angie's a bit confused and Loki trying not to laugh. And Mary's like, you should know the difference between a dog fart and my fart. I could never hate Mary Cosby. I have always loved Mary Cosby. I've always loved her. She's just so funny to me. And I love Angie, and I love the fact that this conversation is happening. So, continuing on, Mary says that she does not want to lose Angie and that she doesn't usually let people in, but when she does, she puts them on a pedestal. And whenever she says this in her confessional, she starts crying. She's like, I don't know why I'm crying. And then Mary says that she lives her life with a guard up because she's been dogged so bad. And Angie says that Mary's her person and that Angie is Mary's person. And Mary says she doesn't think she could live her life without Angie, but Angie's just got to get it together. You know what? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love that they came back and they reconciled. And I just think they have a beautiful friendship. Obviously, we're only seeing things through the lens, but, you know, it just really seems like they have a great friendship, so I'm very happy about that. So following this, Heather and Lisa meet up at a boutique, and Lisa's like, oh my gosh, I'm excited for the trip, can I bring glam? And Heather's like, no. And then it flashbacks to what, 2 years ago, excuse me, whenever they were at the Trixie Motel and Lisa was like, I have glam in Saint Tropez, I have glam in Monaco, I have glam everywhere I go, you know? So yeah. Then Lisa says she's excited for Angie to go on the trip because it will be her first luxury international trip. And then Heather's like, okay, really? And then Lisa calls Angie a mean bitch. And then Heather is like, if Angie's a mean bitch, then you're a mean bitch too. And then Lisa is like, I'm sick of Angie's digs. And Heather's like, they're the same digs that you do. And then Lisa clarifies that it's suit man, not soup man. Then Heather says it's hard for people to ride for Lisa because she's burned them. And then Lisa puts her sunglasses on and starts crying. And Lisa's just like walking around the store. Like, you can tell she's like very anxious about this conversation. At least it's what it seems like. And then Lisa's like, you know, she needs to stop. Then Lisa's like, she needs to stop talking about me, and then I'll stop talking about her. And then Heather said, until Lisa clears it up or changes, none of this is going to go away. So it's just very interesting in the dynamics and whatnot, just everything that's going on. Very interesting. So, moving on, it's Britney meeting up with her daughter, Olivia. I did not expect this at all. I didn't expect Olivia to come and especially film with Britney. So, Britney's at the coffee shop and Olivia arrives. They hug. Britney says because of the sidekick, she needs to take a step back from her romantic relationships and focus on her daughter. And Britney said that whenever she divorced their dad, she was caught up in trying to recreate a perfect life. So she was trying to get a man and then focus on her kids. Okay. Actually, no, okay. But Olivia says that the last time they tried to hang out, she had a 30-minute break in between her jobs, so she came over to Britney's house, and Jared came over at the same time, and then Britney and Jared started making out on the couch. That is crazy. And then Olivia says that Britney can't get mad because she doesn't know her kids. And then Olivia actually had a confessional. So she said that whenever, like, she was younger, that her mom was, like, the best mom ever. But then whenever she turned 12, Britney got remarried, and something just flipped a switch because all of a sudden she was, like, begging for her attention. Olivia was saying, you know, I never thought I'd grow up and be like, you know, no, I don't want my mom here. Like, who wants that? Like, what child says that? And then Olivia says that whenever she put herself in Britney's shoes, she would never do that. So why did you? That's crazy. Whew. I mean, that's not crazy for her to say. That's just a crazy situation. That's why I'm trying to clarify and say. So Olivia says that she needs to figure out why she prioritized a man over her, and then Olivia starts crying and says that she thought that the issue was her. That is so sad. Mind you, this whole time, like, Britney is, like, crying. She's like, I'm so sorry. Like, just crying. She's just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to make it better. Then Britney says Olivia's her precious baby, and Olivia immediately says that you know nothing about, and then Britney is still crying, and she still apologizes. She's like, I'm so sorry, like, I just want to make it better. You know, at least she's trying to make it better. At least she's trying to make it better. Obviously, nothing is going to make up for what she did. Literally nothing. But at least she's trying, and I'll give her that for now. Okay, moving on. So, Heather and Meredith go on a walk. It's really funny because Meredith's like, oh yeah, I have a chipped tooth and a purple toe because I stubbed my toe, and then she's also walking in high heels on a walk. Like, okay. So, Heather was talking about Lisa and how she wants to defend her. And they're talking about if Lisa did tell Angie to dig up info on Meredith. And Meredith is like, I don't know if I have a great track record with Angie, so I'll give Lisa the benefit of the doubt. And Heather's like, well, I believe Angie. Because whenever someone shows you who they are, like, believe them. So, moving on. Angie and Mary go over to Whitney's house, and they're writing down their preference sheet for the yacht, and Mary wants 2003 Dom Perignon, a yogurt parfait, lots of blueberries, Egyptian cotton sheets, and 2003 Dom Perignon. Once again, I could never, ever, ever, ever hate Mary Cosby. Also, I do love how Angie and Mary came over, like, at the same time. So then, they get into Bronwyn, and they said, have you guys seen, like, the headlines with Bronwyn and her allegations of theft? And then the scene switches, and it's Bronwyn and Todd. Bronwyn walks into a bar, Todd's at the bar, and Bronwyn says that the headlines, it's two different things. One of them's an eviction notice at BYU, whenever she was there, and then she allegedly committed crimes, which were identity theft and other types of theft, but she said it's a case that was dismissed and was later sealed, and legally she cannot talk about it. Interesting. And then Todd, you can tell he's very stern, and he says it affects them all personally and professionally, aka Todd's job. And Bronwyn's like, yeah, I'm so sorry about this. And then Todd says, I don't know why you want to go on this trip on the yacht because Lisa lies about them all and Gwen. And Todd says that he wouldn't piss on Lisa if her brain was on fire. I was like, oh Lord, oh Lord. Then Bronwyn says that she thinks Lisa actually started the rumors. And then Todd says if Bronwyn goes on the trip, fine, but she better not come back and complain. Oof. Well, that was that episode. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did making it. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.